welcome to Mid-American Gardener. I'm Jennifer Nelson in for Tanisha Shade Spain. We have a great show for you, so let's meet our panelists for tonight. First we have Kent.
Hi, thanks Jennifer. My name is Kent Miles. I'm the owner of Illinois Willows. We are a specialty cut flower grower located in western Champaign County, and I can take calls on cut flowers, woody ornamentals, decorative branches, perennials, and that.
Great, thanks Kent. Next, Kelly.
Hi, my name is Kelly Allsup, and I teach horticulture for University of Illinois Extension, and I am based out of Bloomington. And I can take questions on insects, pest management. I love talking about vegetables too, and but my background is greenhouse management.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Rusty.
Hi, my name is Rusty Maulding. I'm with Nature's View out of Watseka, Illinois. We're a professional landscape contracting firm. So basically, if it's outside and pretty, you know, from turf to trees, we'll try to help you out.
Okay, great. Thanks, Rusty. I just want to remind everyone to give us a call at 217-333-3495, and we will try to get all your questions answered tonight. But first, we have some show and tells to share with all of you. So, Kent, you brought something really colorful.
We're a little bit early, but you might recognize this as Winterberry or Ilex. It's one of our decorative berried branches that we have. It started actually flowering up about the first part of September.
Oh.
And we had a request from one of our wholesale houses out west, and I sent them a video of it last year in September, and at that stage it was a lot of green on it with just a little bit of pink. And so they thought, well, that might make a nice fall accent for the floral trade. So we've been selling this now for about a month, which is about a month ahead. We usually don't offer it at the markets until the end of October, because naturally you think of it more as a December type of a holiday decor, whether if you use it outside in your like porch pots or if you're going to use it you know, indoor in a vase.
So are you forcing those, or?
No, we're just, it's coloring up. We do a couple different varieties of the red. So we have an early one, which is what this is. And then we have one that colors up about 3 to 4 weeks later.
Okay.
So we have a larger harvest window on the two different varieties.
That's really nice to have something late flowering, something to look forward to.
Yeah, so the females are the ones that set the berries. You need a male pollinator, depending on which variety of female you have. But right now, all the foliage is starting to drop and turning a little bit of an autumn color. So
it's really beautiful. Winterberry. I'm going to have to look for that one.
Yeah, the birds like it in the wintertime after most everything's gone. So they use it as a little bit of a food source.
Oh, great. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Kelly, what did you bring?
I brought bulbs because October is the perfect time to plant your spring flowering bulbs. But while I'm here, I wanted to talk about 2 bulb myths. The first bulb myth is you must always put bone meal in the bottom of your planting hole in order to encourage root growth. This is a myth because we have a lot of phosphorus and calcium already in our soils. So we don't really need to add it. And actually, when you add bone meal, you prevent mycorrhizae fungi, which is a fungi that lives in the soil and is symbiotic with the plant roots. So when you put that bone meal in the soil, you prevent that mycorrhizal fungi from connecting to the roots. And that mycorrhizal fungi would be much more efficient in extracting phosphorus than adding bone meal. And plus, when you add the bone meal, so you prevent that mycorrhizal fungi from connecting, it causes the bulb to have to push out more roots. And you think that's a good thing, but no, it's not the best thing, because you do want that bulb to save some of its energy for spring. So you do not have to put bone meal in the bottom of the planting hole. The second myth is you must plant your tulip bulbs 6 to 8 inches deep. Well, that is a myth also. And Cornell University came out with a study where they top planted tulip bulbs, which means they only planted them 2 inches deep. Now imagine all the time you could save. You could plant like 100 more tulip bulbs. And what they found was they were just as floriferous and they were just as healthy. And so I myself did a little experiment and I planted tulip bulbs in my straw bale, just 2 inches, and they came out, they were just fine and they were extremely beautiful. So, 2 myths busted.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Rusty, what did you bring for us?
It's here in your face, isn't it?
Yes, it's
Well,
fine.
It is fall, and it is still not too late to plant. And so I brought with me a couple of examples. These are relatively common. I have a purple coneflower, or any other coneflower would work. And then this is Sporobolus, or, well, we're going to call it Sporobolus. I can't think of the common name right now.
Okay.
I'll come back to that. But anyway, if you have a spot in your yard that is maybe a little low and you see a lot of creeping Charlie in it in full sun, that's an area that likely gets too much water or has some standing water from time to time. So these are a couple of plants that will do well as rain garden plants. And they mix very well together. Prairie drop seed, that's what this guy is.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it comes to me.
I just didn't want to look, you know.
So anyway, these two pair really well together. You throw in butterfly weed, and you've got really kind of the makings of a nice butterfly garden, a rain garden as well. So the prairie drop seed gets to be about 2.5 to 3 feet tall. You get this inflorescence that happens along about August, kind of about the middle part of August, and it has a nice fragrance with it. I would say that it is somewhat strong of a fragrance, so I would recommend planting them just a little bit further, not at your front door, but maybe 20, 30 feet away. The coneflower, that'll start blooming, you know, in July. And if you throw some butterfly weed in there, you get something going a little bit earlier than that with the orange flowers. And the great thing about all of this is interplant them. You don't need to have a mass of this and a mass of that. Just mix it all up. Have fun with it. These plants are prone to self-sow, and so if you try to keep them in blocks, you have a lot more maintenance on your hands. Mm-hmm. So mix them up, plant them all together. It's great for monarchs, it's great for butterflies, it's great for all the other skippers that are going to come and feed on things. So this is just kind of a fun thing you can still do. It's not too late to plant.
No, it's good. We have coneflower and just kind of a random planting, and it's covered in butterflies in the summer. It's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you get the goldfinches in the fall.
Oh, yeah.
And, it looks attractive for a long period of time.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rusty. I just want to remind everyone to give us a call, 217-333-3495, and we're going to go to line 2. Kay in Decatur has a question on her clematis. Hi, Kay.
Hello. Good evening.
Hi.
I was calling to find out how to cut back my clematis. This year I had the best clematis ever, and I don't want to ruin it for next year, so I just need some instructions on how to cut it back so that it'll flourish next year.
What time does it flower? Does it flower early in the season or later or in the summer?
In the summer. Well, one of them did in the summer, and then the other one did in the fall. Here more close to fall time, the white one.
Sure. So what I would tend to say is that most of the ones that flower kind of in the middle of summer or especially in the fall, those you can cut back to pretty significantly to control growth or to just get rid of the old dead wood. I usually leave clematis in the fall and then do that in the spring once I see what has died from the winter. Maybe it's in a space that you want to try to control it, and you can cut it back pretty hard, all the way to like 2-3 inches from the ground. Other times you may want to leave a framework and just take off the dead stems, but do that early in the season. So by the first or second week of April, new growth should be coming out. Make sure you make your cuts by then, and then you should have good flowering for the summer and fall.
That's what I usually do too. Just kind of wait and see what what's alive.
The wait and see.
Yes, the wait and see method, because
Yes.
I honestly get kind of confused when they talk about the different groups of clematis and which ones you cut how much, and so it's a lot easier to just look for what's dead.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Kay. We're going to go to Kathy from Charleston, who has a question on hydrangeas. Hi, Kathy.
Yes, I have.
Oh,
We lost Kathy.
we lost Kathy. Hopefully she'll give us a call back. Why don't we take a few questions while we try to get Kathy back on the line? So, Kent, you had a question?
We have
hydrangea.
Yes, we have a question from Sue and Arthur on hydrangeas. She says that we have a hydrangea plant on the south side of our garage under the overhang. It's about 3 or 4 years old. This is the first year it has bloomed. 3 blooms that actually turned out a pink shade. But the foliage every year turns dark brown and gets black spots, like dark rust colored, but still new growth is growing at the end of the stem. Does it need to be moved or the soil amended? Our neighbor evidently has more plants, and they bloom all summer long on the south side of their garage also. So they live out in the country, and want to know if we have any answers. So, couple of things. If the pink, it's kind of sounding like you might have the round mop head or the traditional hydrangea. The spotting is generally a fungal issue, and you can treat that a couple of different ways. Generally, in the spring, whatever is not going to start leafing out, you can go ahead and thin out some of the canes or the branches to get a little more air circulation going throughout the plant. Also, in controlling the fungal issue, would be just take a kind of a 2-pint spray bottle, mix about a half a tablespoon of neem oil with warm water, and go ahead and spray the whole plant. You want to try, if you can, get some of the underneath side of some of the foliage, but really coat the whole plant. And you want to do that about every 7 days until you start seeing it clear up. And you want to throw out what you're not using because it doesn't last, the mixture of the neem oil and the water. So just make a new mixture each time. Another idea would be another spray would be to go ahead and use like a gallon spray pack if you have a fungicide that contains copper salts, and you want to look for something about 48% on the label, and you will do that about every 7 to 10 days, so not quite as often, but spraying the top and the undersides of the foliage will help. Generally, this time of year, the foliage starts to get its more mature color. We've got several that are a really burgundy to some reds to browns, and I think it's kind of attractive. And we're still getting a little bit of new growth, so you get the little bright green on the tips. But if it is spotting throughout the plant, then it's going to be a fungal issue that you have to do.
Thanks, Kent. Hey, we've got Kathy back on the line from Charleston. She also has a hydrangea question. Hi, Kathy.
Yes, hi. Yeah, again, I'm asking about that fungus. He calls it a fungus, the brown spot on my hydrangea leaves, and it comes back every fall. And I try to remove all the leaves that are spotted and cut back the plant, but I don't know how far to cut it back and what to do about. He mentioned neem oil. I don't know where you can get that, but I'd like him to respond to that again.
Okay. So the neem oil, you can generally purchase that at most garden stores that have a garden area. Any nurseries that are down in your area probably will carry it. Any large, you could even go to maybe a box store, like a box store, and then in the garden section, that usually is probably like in a pint jar or a container of neem oil, and just use that. I would at least try that, this next year, give it a shot and see if that does clear it up. But thinning it out, also removing any foliage that has dropped, because the fungal spores will be then on the top of the soil, and they'll just kind of continue the cycle. You can also add a little bit of compost in the springtime that will kind of smother the spores. So I would give that a try this next year and see if that helps.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. So, hey, give us a call, 217-333-3495, and we're going to go ahead and try to get some more questions answered for people that have sent us questions in the past. So, Kelly, what was your question?
Okay, so William from St. Joe sent in a picture entitled Odd Creature, and Susan sent in a picture called Funny Caterpillar, and so they are the same caterpillar. And no caterpillar incites this much murderous rage from gardeners like this one, because it is a tomato hornworm. And what it does is it eats up all the tips off your branches, and it is actually covered in what most people think are eggs, but it is actually a parasitic wasp that has laid its eggs in the body of the tomato hornworm, and then it multiplies by 32 or 64, and the larva of that wasp then eats the tomato hornworm from the inside out, and making sure to leave the organs intact for as long as possible. I know.
Wow.
That's pretty horrific.
Nature's pretty gruesome.
I know. So I mean, it makes the tomato hornworm stop eating, clearly. So then once the white little things come out, those are the pupa of the parasitic wasp. So would you want to remove that parasitized tomato horn from your plant? No way. That's your future beneficial insect control. To see those little white pupas on your tomato hornworm is a wonderful thing. But what a lot of people don't know is that tomato hornworms actually turn into beautiful, mysterious creatures in the fall, and they are called hummingbird moths. And they usually come out at dawn and dusk. They love petunias. The one pictured here is actually white-lined sphinx moth. It's not the tomato hornworm. It's a little prettier, but it's still the same type of insect. And if you have not seen a hummingbird moth, you need to plant some more fall blooming perennials in your garden. The second caterpillar that came in is a caterpillar that is on parsley. And this is black swallowtail caterpillar. And it is a very good insect because it turns into a beautiful black swallowtail butterfly. And so a lot of people, say, oh, this black swallowtail caterpillar is eating up my parsley. And I'm like, do you really like parsley that much? Because it's not that great. Okay, fine. Plant some extra parsley for this guy because he is wonderful to be in the garden and to be able to feed this beautiful butterfly. But one little interesting thing is I like to poke the caterpillar. And if you poke the caterpillar, they send out a yellow forked scent gland called an osterium, and it smells bad. And this is the caterpillar's defense. The smell is pretty bad, so I wouldn't eat it.
Awesome.
Right?
Yeah, that's a really interesting.
Poke the caterpillar, not the bear, right?
You poke the caterpillar. It's a fun activity to do with the kids. Poke the caterpillar. They love it.
Awesome. Thanks, Kelly. Rusty, what did you have for your question?
Well, nothing nearly as fun.
Nothing nearly as fun or stinky.
Yeah, all right. Well, I hope not anyway. So Pete from Springfield wrote in, and he lives in an open area and has 5 trees planted in a wide open space. And unfortunately, they're all kind of they're doing the lean. We have wonderful prevailing winds out of the southwest, and if you go out and look in the country, you will often find trees that are kind of slanted towards the north and east, and that's just sort of how they grow. You know, especially larger trees, as they get up, their branches, the east, or I'm sorry, the west and south sides are all going to be not fully developed, shall we say. You know, if it's a young plant and it's kind of the main trunk is doing a bit of a lean, you have really the best option is to actually dig it up. And I'm talking about a tree that maybe is 2 inches or less in caliper, or the trunk diameter is 2 inches or less. And you actually have to like dig it and reset the root ball. If the main trunk isn't leaning, I'd leave well enough alone. Let it be. You are fighting a losing battle. That was one of the questions he asked. If you're talking about the tops of the branches, he mentions that he's got a mature apple tree that also leans north. You're obviously not going to dig that up. So it's part of the gift. You know, it's windswept plains.
The gift of living in the country.
Yes, it's the gift of living in open spaces in Illinois.
Okay, well, thanks, Rusty. We're going to go back to the phone line. So we have a question from Barbara in Mattoon about trees. Hi, Barbara.
Hello.
Hello.
My question. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. What's your question?
My question is, a master gardener told me that I have anthracnose in my ash trees. These trees are pretty large. They're 20 years old. And I've had the anthracnose, I guess, now for 2 or 3 years. It seems to be getting worse. And what's the prognosis? And is there anything I can do? They look pretty sad. They've already lost most of their leaves at this point. And which is, it's too early. They just, they get spots on them. They just dry up and blow, and the leaves will just fall early. And most of the leaves are gone at this point.
Well, anyone want to say it's an ash tree?
Pardon me?
It is an ash tree. So anthracnose is, you know, something you can potentially prevent in the future, but it would be a pretty intense spray schedule in the spring as soon as it leaves out. So most of the time when it comes to anthracnose, I guess it's kind of somewhat of a death sentence.
I mean, I think it's kind of the least of her worries if it's an ash tree.
Well,
Yeah.
that is another thing because the anthracnose could be also combined with emerald ash borer, which is a death sentence for all of our ash trees here in Illinois. It is an invasive pest that...
I'm having them treated for ash borer, so I'm having them treated. I'm paying big money to have them treated for the ash borer, but is there anything I can do for the anthracnose? Are you saying it's a death sentence?
Are you sure it's anthracnose on an ash?
A master gardener came out and looked at it, and he told me it's anthracnose.
I think you should send it to the University of Illinois Plant Clinic. Not that you don't totally believe what the master gardener said, but sometimes diseases can really look alike.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I'm telling you that anthracnose is not easy to treat, maybe it's not anthracnose at all, and it's something that could be easier to treat. How in love with this tree are you?
Well, there's actually 3 of them, so I'm very much in love with them because I've only they're the only big trees I've got.
Mm. The only reason I question whether or not it was anthracnose is it's not commonly associated with ash that I've seen. Usually sycamore has anthracnose, and that's something that's kind of, maple.
Maples.
Yeah, those are the 2 that I think of most commonly.
So it may be some other disease, or it could be related to some of the struggles it's having with the emerald ash borer.
Sure.
But yeah, next spring when we start seeing the spots, I agree with Kelly.
Yeah, I
Send
would
a sample.
definitely.
Yeah, University of Illinois Plant Clinic. All you have to do is Google University of Illinois Plant Clinic or call the Master Gardener Help Desk. They'll give you all the information. You submit a sample, and they have this lab where they can find out exactly what it is. And then they will give you any recommendations that they can give you. And if you love them, I think it's either $25 or $30 to find out what kind of disease it is. You love them, it's worth the money.
Okay, good recommendations. We've got time for...
Actually, the spotting doesn't start until like July is when I first noticed it this year. So
Okay, when you see the spots, take the samples and get them to the plant clinic.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. Kent, we have time for one quick question
Okay.
that you had about fruit trees.
Yes. So the email was from Christine in Aurora, and she enjoys starting mangoes and avocados from seed with her children. So I'll kind of paraphrase this. So she gets them to root, but then once they're rooted, they die.
Okay.
So what I would do with avocado is go ahead, take the seed or the pit out, let it dry out for a couple of weeks until that outside shell turns brown. Peel it off,
Okay.
plant it about 3 or 4 inches deep, and then give it a shot that way, rather than the toothpick method in water.
Okay, great. Thanks. We're going to have to wrap it up with all the time we've got this week. But thanks for joining us, and be sure to tune in next week, and we'll have another live episode. And in the meantime, check us out on Facebook or Instagram, and keep up to date on all the things on Mid-American Gardener. And keep sending us questions. Thank you, everyone. Good night.